2 ngày nữa là rời Việt Nam rồi. Tôi thực lòng là mong muốn dành cái thời gian.
I'm really enjoying my videos when it comes to Riley and Violet, because they seem to be creating somewhat of a split decision in terms of who to side with who is worse than who, and they're just both as bad as each other. For me personally, this is the way I look at it, all right? And you know what? It's crazy because somebody commented and they said that, I know this is a woman's, I know your audience is predominantly females, but I was like, what? None of my views are based on just because my audience is predominantly women. There's nothing to do with that. My views are based on what I am seeing and what I'm reading, and my own perspective has, in terms of how I would behave in these situations, you see what I'm saying? But here's the thing. This is the wildest thing about it. Each time I watch Violet and Riley, every time I watch them, Riley seems to always do something. You just think, why? 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 I mean, look at it this way. I said that it is clear to me that Violet is trying to spend her time with him in the most positive way possible. And that is a way that involves just getting to know him and just having a good time with him. She literally says just there, legit what I've been saying. He's going in 2 days, I just want to spend time with him. But the problem with Riley is a very simple thing. Something that Violet then goes on to say after this.
Khi nãy rời đi, nhưng thực sự rất là khó khăn bởi vì anh ấy luôn luôn phá hủy những cái khoảnh khắc tốt đẹp nhất của chúng tôi.
Riley always finds ways to destroy all the moments. And I don't know how some people aren't seeing this. Now listen, I'm not advocating or excusing that her behavior towards his father was correct. No. I never forget those things. I'm here saying that at the end of the day, if somebody mistreated my father the way she has, if somebody had put me in a position, make me feel the way Riley feels, there is no way I would have been flying over there to interrogate her. So the moment that he decided to fly over there to interrogate her was the moment that the narrative completely changed. That was the moment where you had to sit there, or at least I had to sit there and say to myself, do you know what? Maybe Violet is the villain. Maybe Violet is the bad person in the relationship, but at least she's not the one who bought a plane ticket to fly all the way across the road of the world just to get answers. If somebody is not giving me answers over the phone, why am I going to waste my time going to them? It's one thing to get in your car and drive to that person's location. It's a whole different ballgame to get into a car all the way to the airport, to then get on a plane, land, and then drive all the way to wherever you're going to then confront that person. But in this episode here, we're definitely going to see exactly how Riley continues to destroy moments. She called him King Kill Mood or something like that last week. Let's dive in and see exactly how this goes down. But remember this, never, ever do I excuse her role in the situation. He just has to learn to get over it and move on. But each time he makes it worse upon worse upon worse. And here we freaking go.
You want to know what happened with my exes that makes me like this?
I mean, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's about time he told us exactly what happened, because boy, it might just answer some of the questions of why he behaves the way he behaves. But at the same time, even though he may answer it, doesn't mean it excuses the way he behaves. Just saying, no one should be bringing baggage into a new situation.
Okay. So, one of my exes, she made me believe I was going crazy. I used to hear her on the phone with another person, and she'll say, I love you, and I go, who is that? And she's like, what?
I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's kind of funny still, but that's just me being evil.
I was like, you was on the phone. She was like, no, I wasn't. It's in your mind. And then I went to visit her, and I came into her house, and there was a guy in her closet, and I knew the guy.
I mean, listen, nobody wants to be in that situation. Nobody wants to be in that situation. But here's the thing, though. In this situation, he obviously drove there, which I understand. You're like, what? I understand. Okay, but here's the thing, though. If I've been through this experience, why would I carry this baggage into a new experience? And if I've been through this experience and then I'm talking to someone who tells me to come offline because she doesn't want me on there anymore, but then when I go back on there, she is still on that same website, am I going to continue still wanting to be in a relationship with that person? No. I'm going to be like, nope, nope, not even going to chance it, not even worth it. There's so many other women in the world that I can match with. You definitely ain't it. The opportunity was there, but he didn't take it. Who's to blame? in that situation? Is it Violet to blame because she told him to come off a website, but then she didn't? But then in return, instead of breaking up with her and leaving it, he then decides to continue pursuing her. And this is the thing. It starts off with Violet in the wrong. And it still stays with Violet in the wrong. But his reactions, Riley's reactions, is what then changes the whole dynamic of the situation. 100%. Because he decides to stay with her regardless. To pursue her regardless. How can I defend someone that is stupid enough to continue pursuing someone that told you to come on a website, but then they stay on it too? Like I said, it doesn't excuse her behavior, but what he did,
Trust. I don't trust anyone, and especially I don't trust women.
That's definitely not the best attitude to have. How can you say I don't trust women, especially women, but yet you're out here still trying to get with women? Make that make sense. If I didn't trust women, would I pay to go see a woman on another country? Hell freaking no, are you mad? But if I didn't trust women, I would definitely seek help so I can find myself again, so I can be able to trust someone again. If I know that I want to be with a woman at some point in my life, but I know that my barrier of trust is an issue, well, I'm going to try and find some way to help myself get over that, or to at least find a mechanism that I can control it, because at the end of the day, I'd be damned if I met someone and I ruined it because I have trust issues from the past. Because I didn't take enough time out in my life to try and fix my own shiz. So instead, I go into a new situation and give someone else a headache, whilst they give me a headache too. Tick for tack. Come on, man. Like, come on. What is the confusion here? What am I missing? How are we all on different pages? Come on. Like I said before, I have to keep reminding people because people don't call me out for being on the woman's side when that ain't even the case. I got to keep reminding you something. Okay, listen. At the end of the day, Violet has done her dirty deed, and she's done so many things as well. And she's done so many things that he should have left her, but he has stayed. And every time he stays to interrogate her. Who stays in a relationship to interrogate someone? Make that make sense. Bruh, like, what?
My trust. And once you have it and you do something to break my trust, it takes a lot to gain it back.
That's not how it should work. If somebody has to earn your trust and then they break your trust, you walk away. Everybody should know this by now. At least this is what I believe in anyway, based on my own life experiences, okay? If somebody breaks my trust and I know that I can no longer trust them again, or I know that even if they earn it back, I'm still going to be an edge that they may backstab me again, I'm not going to bother with that person anymore. Well, look at it this way. In a relationship type stuff, in a romantic type basis, I'm just going to walk away. Even if I forgive you, I'm going to walk away because there's no point in me being with someone that I'm going to feel like is going to backstab me one day. That makes no sense. Why am I going to invest my heart, my emotion to someone who I feel like might backstab me again? That makes no logical sense whatsoever. But if it's a friend now or a colleague, different conversation, because you just know where to put them. You know where to kind of leave them. You can't do that with your partner. You can't just put your partner in a certain category or a certain box or whatever, because that's your partner. Come on. Come on, this guy's fooled it. Come on, you're supposed to be a grown man. Come on.
But the only way that I can help you earn my trust back is by me asking questions.
Which is stupid. It's a waste of time. And this is why we're in this interrogation zone situation right now. And the crazy thing about it, even when you ask these questions, I don't even care about the question part. I've said what I've said, and that's the main thing here. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Jesus.
So, do you regret your actions? And if you say yes, I go, that's good enough for me because that means that you grew.
It's one thing asking someone else to grow, but it's a whole other ball game if you haven't grown yourself. You know what I mean? Like, how can you ask someone else to grow when you're not looking to grow yourself? Because if you were someone that was all about growth, then you wouldn't be in this position. Your past would have allowed you to make sure you would not be in this position, but you've allowed your past to still put you in the same position. So how can you ask someone else to grow when you're not growing? Now, of course, in this situation, Violet ends up saying, yes, I do apologize for what I did. I do apologize for messaging your father. And listen, good on her for doing that, 100%. Good on her, but this whole situation shouldn't be happening. So the question is, Riley, whilst you're asking Violet to grow, and it seems as if she responded in a growth way, where's your growth though? I don't like when people ask people to grow when they haven't grown themselves, to be honest with you. You gotta lead by example. I mean, don't preach something that you haven't done or you're not doing. This is why people will more likely listen to someone that is successful in a certain area rather than someone that failed in the area, despite the fact the person that failed may still have that good advice. Because at the end of the day, when somebody who's failed in an area gives you then good advice based on the mistakes, doesn't it make you sit there and wonder, well, if you now know what you could do better, then why have you not tried to fix it then? Why have you not tried to do it this in it? Or why have you not tried to implement this in a different stage in your life? Why are you still in a position where you've given up now? Slightly different conversation, but I'm just saying that you can't ask someone to grow if they're not willing to grow themselves. If you're not willing to grow yourself, it becomes a one-ended situation. He's basically saying that he's never going to be in the wrong and Violet's always going to be in the wrong. And the way things are ever going to get better is only when she grows and he continues complaining and asking questions. Like I said before, him asking questions was never the issue. It's the fact that he asked questions, she gave him no answers, leave it. And everything else that I've said so far in this video. Come on now, let's not mess about.
With you, I did call a private investigator, someone to look into your background. But
you know how my man is so great at being a mood killer. So great at being a mood killer. Somebody think, did he have to do that? Like, man said, yeah, so basically just to let you know, but I want to be completely transparent, which I understand, but that is wild. I mean, if I was going to get in private investigator, but then I decided to not get the private investigator, there's nothing to tell at that point, to be honest with you. But if I got one and I did get one and then I got information, maybe there's something to tell, depending, you know what I mean? But in this situation, this guy just knows how to ruin everything.
I didn't do it. You know, I thought about it for a quick second, but I didn't do it.
Honestly, I have no words for this guy, to be honest with you, man. He actually likes to ruin things for himself. He's literally one of those people that loves to self-sabotage. That's all I see. Someone that just self-sabotages for the sake of self-sabotaging. Every time you finally go on a roll, you finally got her to apologize. She did it. You're now on a roll. You got a day left, whatever. And all of a sudden, you waste that last day left by saying, by the way, yeah, so man, basically, I had a PI, but I didn't do it though, okay? Because, like, yeah, I didn't do it. So, yeah, like, what?
And that in your country, it's considered disrespectful, but in my country, with my culture, it is something that we do.
That is going to be one of the most toxic lines I've heard on 90 Day Fiancé, to be honest with you. One of the most unhinged lines of all time. How do you sit there and say that in my country, this is what we do? So you're telling me that in America, everybody out there just gets PIs because they're paranoid about who they want to be with. What? So that basically means that there's no relationship that is safe in America then. Does that mean every person in America is an unloyal, insecure, conniving, evil piece of BS? Is that what you're saying to us now, Riley? Or am I deep in a bit too much? Because the fact that he said, in my country, this is what we do. Violet said that in Vietnam, that is disrespectful. You should not be doing that here. Getting a PI. And his response is, in my country, it's okay. Are you mad? Are you mad? Yo, if that's the case, American women, stay the hell away from me. Don't come nowhere near me. I don't want to know you. What's going on? No way, Jose. Of course that's not the case. What? What? I mean, unless somebody wants to clarify it. Ladies and gentlemen, is there anyone in the audience right now, anyone in the view section, anyone who has ordered a PI to go and spy on the person that they're dating or in a relationship? Please let me know. The fact that he said that one line there at the end should tell you all. This guy is nuts. And this proves my point. The point I've been making for weeks now. That the problem with Riley is it doesn't matter how many times Riley does this mad things. He always does something else to kind of just like top it. But the guy's not stable. He's in a ruckus. What? if you're still defending this guy's actions, I worry for you. I worry for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo. I'm done anyway, man. It is what it is. Riley's now declared that America is a land where people get PIs all the time on a regular basis because everybody has insecure issues, okay? And they've got to make sure that somebody's legit before they decide to marry that person or decide to meet that person. Or I didn't realize that everyone in America had enough money to actually get a PI each time they go into a dating situation. I can't imagine how expensive it is. And even if it's not even that expensive, you got to think about, on average, if it's someone that dates a lot, like, damn, they spend a whole lot of money, you know. Damn. Maybe that's why dating is becoming less now. Maybe that's why relationships are becoming less now, because nobody can afford PIs in America. I could run with this all day long. I could make so many different jokes about it. Ha. Anyway, with that being said, thank you so much for your time. Let me know what you're thinking down below, and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.